If you are thinking about working in Australia but don't have permanent residency, the 482 Temporary Skill Shortage Visa is your direct pathway. Unlike other work visas, the 482 doesn't require you to compete in a points test. Instead, your Australian employer sponsors you directly. This visa comes in two flavors. The short-term stream lasts 2 years, while the medium-term stream can extend up to 4 years with an optional 2-year extension. Filipino workers are in high demand across healthcare, aged care, construction, hospitality, and information technology. The 482 is not just a work visa, it's a stepping stone. Many 482 visa holders later transition to permanent residency through skilled migration pathways. So if you're ready to work in Australia, keep watching. Now let's talk about who actually qualifies. First, you need to be a Filipino national. You'll need English language proof. The minimum is IELTS 5.0 overall, or you can use TEFL, IBT or PTE as alternatives. Most employers want to see 2 to 3 years of relevant work experience in your nominated occupation. There's no hard age cap, but Australian employers typically prefer candidates under 45. You must also pass a health assessment and character check by the Department of Home Affairs. This is non-negotiable. Finally, your occupation must be on the Temporary Skilled Occupations List, or TSOL. Not every job qualifies. Common Filipino occupations on the TSOL include nurses, aged care workers, construction supervisors, welders, cooks, and IT professionals. If your job isn't on the list, you cannot apply for a 482 visa. So before you start the process, verify your occupation with a registered migration agent. The sponsorship process is employer-driven, so your Australian employer must take the first step. They register as a 482 sponsor by lodging Form 1200 with the Department of Home Affairs. This registration typically takes 2 to 4 weeks. Once registered, the employer must conduct labour market testing. This means they must advertise the position to Australian workers for at least 4 weeks. They need to demonstrate that no local applicant is suitable or available. This is called the Genuine Need Assessment. Once labour market testing is complete, your employer then lodges a nomination for you. This nomination specifies the role, salary, and conditions. The department reviews this nomination. It usually takes 4 to 8 weeks. Only after nomination approval can you, the worker, apply for the visa. So remember, employer first, then you. This process typically takes 3 to 4 months in total before you're eligible to lodge your own application. Let's talk money and timelines. The 482 visa application fee in 2026 is AUD $520 per primary applicant. If you're bringing dependent children, add AUD $260 per child. You'll also need a health examination, budget AUD $200 to $400. Get a police clearance certificate from the Philippine National Police. This costs around AUD $30 to $50. You'll need your birth certificate, marriage certificate if applicable, employment references, and qualification documents. Many applicants hire a registered migration agent to guide them through the application. This costs between AUD $1,500 and $3,000, but it significantly improves your chances of success. Processing times after lodgement are typically 2 to 4 months under standard processing. If you need faster processing, priority processing is available but comes at an additional cost of around AUD $2,050. So in total, expect to spend between AUD $1,000 and $2,000 if you handle it yourself, or AUD $3,500 to $5,000 if you use an agent. It's an investment, but it's worth getting it right the first time. Once your 482 visa is granted, you're not entirely free to do as you please. You must work for the employer who sponsored you. You cannot move to another employer without notifying the Department of Home Affairs and getting approval. Breaking this rule can result in visa cancellation. Your salary must meet the minimum threshold set for your occupation. This changes annually. In 2026, the threshold is approximately AUD $65,000 per annum, but check the official rate for your specific role. You're expected to work full-time. Part-time or casual work may raise compliance concerns. You must behave lawfully. Any criminal conviction will result in visa cancellation and potential deportation. Report any changes to the department. If you change address, if your employment ends, or if your personal circumstances change. Your visa validity depends on your stream. Short-term is 2 years, while medium-term can extend to 4 years. At the end of your visa, you can apply for extension if eligible, transition to another visa type, or return to the Philippines. Understanding these obligations keeps you safe and compliant. Here's the big picture. The 482 is not permanent residency, but it's a powerful stepping stone to it. After working in Australia on your 482 visa, you become eligible to apply for skilled migration visas that lead to permanent residency. These include the 189 visa for skilled independent migrants, the 190 visa for state-sponsored skilled migrants, and the 491 visa for regional skilled migrants. Your work experience on the 482 counts towards skills assessment and points. If your employer is happy with your performance, you may even be eligible for the 186 employer-sponsored permanent visa, which allows you to stay employed with the same company permanently. Some Australian states actively sponsor 482 visa holders for permanent residency visas, particularly those working in regional areas with skills shortages. The key is to plan ahead. From day one on your 482 visa, focus on gaining relevant work experience, maintaining a clean record, and building your English language skills. Get your skills formally assessed, document your employment, and engage with a migration agent who can advise you on your pathway to permanent residency. Many Filipino 482 visa holders successfully transition to permanent residency within 3 to 5 years. Now that you understand the 482 visa process, here's your action plan. First, verify that your occupation is on the temporary skilled occupations list by visiting me.homeaffairs.gov.au. Second, start searching for Australian employers in your field who are willing to sponsor workers. This might mean applying online, networking, or using LinkedIn. Third, prepare your documents, your passport, educational qualifications, work references from previous employers, and be ready for health screening. Fourth, seriously consider consulting a registered migration agent early. A good agent costs money, but poor migration advice can result in visa rejection and wasted time. Verify their MARN number. For WIDEN migration experts, our MARN is 1,576,536. Fifth, once you have employer sponsorship and nomination approval, you lodge your visa application online through your IMI account. Finally, be patient. The process takes time, but the reward, working and living in Australia, is worth it. If you're ready to get started or have specific questions about your situation, call WIDEN Migration Experts on 02 8188 1887 or visit widen.com.au. We offer free initial consultations and can guide you through every step. You've got this.